Hey, welcome to a brand new edition of Local Focus. I'm your host, Sebastian Noel. We go back to the gridiron this week. We go back to high school football. We had a professional guest last week with Nate Davis of the Duke City Gladiators. This week we go back to the high school gridiron. And don't forget, check out our website, proviewNetworks.com, for our full listing of schedule of games. When this airs, we will be, deep into the football season, late into the football season. And the dynamic duo at Cleveland, Trey Watson, Trey Dennard, are my guests. Fellas, welcome into the program. Thanks. You guys are having a fantastic season. As expected, you got to say it. There's no one in the city that thought the season wouldn't be going like this. First of all, that's got to be a little bit of a challenge as well, to know that the expectations are always that high.
So, Coach Reinhardt, he always keeps expectations high for us. Like, every team we play, it's let's go out and mercy rule them. Regardless of who it is, it's just a high standard that he keeps us to.
What's that like, having that high standard, and it's all the bells and whistles. It's the nice building, it's the nice field, it's the nice weight room, it's the high standards. They all go together, right? Talk about that.
Well, yeah, we're very smart as a team. We all get along very well. We're very humble about what we do, and we're just hard workers on and off the field.
You kind of were thrust into the limelight early in the season, obviously, when Trey was out with an injury. So talk about that a little bit. What changed as far as preparation? You had to kind of think, hey, I'm going to be the guy going into this game, right? Talk about that.
Well, I knew once he got hurt, we had to step up big. Because last year I was a quarterback, and then this year
that position's a little filled, all right? Yeah, that's a little, you weren't going to win that one probably.
Yeah, so I wasn't really nervous, but I knew how to step up big and help him out.
And from the sideline, as an injured player, what's that like, seeing a teammate and a buddy just tear it up?
Man, it was great because we've been working all summer, so to see someone else go out there and shine, it felt good. It was nice.
And obviously for you, what was first response from Pops? Because for our audience that doesn't know, tell us about your dad's background, and then tell us what was his first response after that huge game.
Well, my grandfather, Preston Dennard, played in the NFL for a couple seasons, but he was just real proud.
You make it sound real casual, like, oh, couple seasons. Like, that is kind of a big thing, dude.
Well, yeah, he played with the Rams, the Bills, and the Packers, and he's shown me a lot.
Right.
He showed me a lot of videos about him in college, and he went to college at UNM. So yeah, he showed me a lot.
And so what was that phone call like that night, or what was that dinner like that night after the game?
Well, he likes to joke a lot with me, so
like
just
saying, "Hey, I would have had 6," that kind of joking.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, okay, so you're a Dennard now, receiver." I was like,
so that was it, huh? That's when you became a Dennard right there. All right, and take us through your process of getting back on the field. Obviously, it happened so early in the season. Well, let's go back to that. Tell us how the injury occurred.
So I was on defense. I was an outside backer. I went to make a tackle, and I kind of reached out to make it. I kind of lunged, and then I got clipped, and then I put my arm back and fell on it, and it just snapped.
Right, and so the diagnosis was?
Broken forearm.
Okay, and the timetable that I was told was, at the time when I spoke to Coach, was 4 to 5 weeks, right? So that's kind of what was there. And what's the rehab like for that injury?
I've been rehabbing hard. It's just a lot of strengthening my forearm stuff, kind of getting my grip strength back. Because it's like out here is where it kind of hurts, but yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And is that tough? Watching?
It is.
The sideline goes. Tell us about that.
It's tough because we worked so hard for it, and to just see because I love football, it was kind of taken away from me.
Football season in particular, because the season is shorter, right? There's only so many games. There's only so many Friday night lights, right? So that's got to be a killer when you're. I really feel for a guy like a Diego Pavia who goes from injury to sitting out a year to injury when there's only a dozen games in the season anyway. How do you process that in your mind?
I just kind of take it 1 week at a time. I'm gonna come back this week and kind of help my team. Just either way, I'm on the field, off the field. So I just kind of do that, make time pass.
And obviously, from your perspective, you got to be thinking, I'm going to go Tom Brady on this, my buddy. He's not going to see the field again. I'm going full Tom Brady. I'm taking that job. So obviously, that had to create a very natural and healthy rivalry, and you guys have to get the best out of each other, right?
Yeah, we always working with each other all week. Like during the summer, we was always competing, getting better.
We're going to take our first time out, come back with the trays after this.
Dream Style Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Trey Watson, Trey Dennard are my guests. They're here in the studio this week, and fellas, it's Rio Rancho week. So when this airs anyways, it's Rio Rancho week, so play your minds forward to that and play along. What's that rivalry like?
That rivalry is crazy. I mean, I've never really experienced something like that. I mean, some of us are friends, but really it's kind of like a dog-eat-dog kind of rivalry. We just don't like each other.
Right, and where is it more intense? On the basketball court, on the football field, in the community? What is it like?
I'd pretty much say like all sports, really.
Right.
Like it's always an intense game, but I love it.
And you guys obviously have different paths to that rivalry. You didn't grow up here. You grew up elsewhere. Tell us about that.
So I'm a military child. So I was born in Virginia. I moved to Texas for 6 years, lived in Japan for 3, and then I lived in LA right before I came to New Mexico. I moved here in the 7th grade. So yeah, when I first came here, they were like, oh, the rivalry. I was like, okay, this is kind of
whatever.
I was like, whatever. But then when I went to the first game, I was like, oh, like the city shut down for the rivalry. I was kind of like, oh man, this is serious for real.
And you spent some time in Japan, right, growing up? So
Yes,
tell us
sir.
about that. What was that like?
So I went to school on base. It was like DOD school district, and there was a lot of diversity there because everybody was a military kid. But when you went off base, I was like I was only like 5'10", and I was bigger than everybody at the time. So I couldn't imagine if I went over there right now. But it was cool. It was a good experience for us. I think it really helped me.
Talk about your time growing up.
Well, I lived in Albuquerque my whole life, and like for like sports and stuff, I played with Albuquerque High, and like my rivals coming up was Cleveland. So I've been knowing all my teammates my whole life, really.
So, the city rival, obviously, the schools haven't been around that long. So for the rivalry to be as serious as it is, shows how dominant the programs are, right?
Yeah, so I think a lot of it, what I've heard is that because before Cleveland came, all of us went to Rio, everybody was feedered into Rio Rancho. So I've heard that like we kind of stole their students or stole their athletes or something. But I mean, it's whatever.
It is a little peculiar how all the 6'6" athletic military kids wind up at Cleveland. I don't know. I'm just saying it is a little strange, but it all worked out in the end, I guess, right? So, what brought your family here?
My dad is in the military, and then he got stationed out here. He came out here because someone he used to work with or used to work for was out here, so he really wanted to work for him again. So that kind of brought us out here. I had no clue where Albuquerque was, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought it was in Texas somewhere. He came home and said, we're going to Albuquerque. I was kind of like, oh, I don't know where that is.
Is that in America?
Yeah.
That kind of thing? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is weird. I mean, I know, this kind of is way off topic, and this is a way tangent. But, way back in the day when military families would move on base, their kids would go to Highland. And that's why Highland was dominant. That's why Highland dominated in track and field, dominated at the time in football. They had nice basketball programs, And you talk to any Highland coach or alumni now, and they'll tell you, they're like, we just don't get any kids anymore that move here from the base. So, but obviously, if you're a football guy, and you're a top athlete, as both of you are, but I mean, obviously this is more related to your situation, but if you're moving somewhere, facilities matter, the team success matters, because obviously you're trying to play at the next level, right?
Yes, sir.
What went into, I mean, so did you know about Cleveland High School and all that stuff when you moved here?
So when I first got here, I wanted to go to Rio personally because all of my friends that I knew went to Rio, so I was kind of like, I just want to go to Rio. I was like, I don't really care about Cleveland. But I ended up going to Cleveland because the facilities were better, coaches were better. Obviously, the team was better at the time. So, yeah.
Bulletin board. Right there. Do you know that's going up on a bulletin board, Trey? Right? Did he just make a mistake, Trey? What do you think? That's going straight up on a bulletin board, right?
Well, I mean, all things happen for a reason.
Right.
So.
What brought you into that situation?
Well, like Cleveland, like Rio Rancho schools in general are just good schools. So my family just wanted, better high school life for me, just better life in general for me. So we just made the decision to move up to Rio Rancho.
Okay. So never. Where did Grandpa go to school?
My grandpa, he lived in California for like his whole life.
So no high school connection here then.
Okay. And then end of high school, he went to Arizona and was playing ball out there, and that's how he got his looks and stuff.
Okay. So there was never really we get a lot of the Grandpa went to Albuquerque High and then Dad went to so none of that really.
No.
So has the experience been everything you guys thought it would be? I mean, talk about just playing for Coach Ridenauer, who we just absolutely adore. He's so good to us here at Proview Networks. What's that experience like? Everything from the coaching to the facility to the success.
It's amazing. It's great. I mean, we just got a new film room, which is kind of insane, top notch. He's like another dad for us, kind of. He's always there for us. We can go to him and talk to him. So yeah, he's really took a big part of my life.
And I know the time commitment to be a Cleveland football player is pretty immense. Because I know, trust me, I've tried to book guests from that program, and I know you guys do a lot, especially away from the school, film, all that. Talk about that.
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of film. We do a lot of just like team things. Yeah, it's good. Like it really helps us prepare for week in and week out. So it's really good.
And what's the chemistry like this year? What is it? Is it right? I mean, how do you guys feel? Where's the team at right now? Have you guys hit your peak? Is it coming? I mean, where are we at with all those things? I know that's a very loaded question.
I don't think we've hit our peak yet. Our chemistry is great right now. I think we're still on the rise, honestly, because we haven't been 100% since the season started. I think we're 100%, and we're still going up the mountain.
And I mean, how good is one of the things I absolutely love about Coach Ridenauer is I feel like his teams do peak at the right time. I don't know if you guys remember last year at the beginning of the year, some people around town crazy enough to talk about, oh, Dorian's all they got, ha ha ha, and you know. But I know, having talked to Coach Ridenauer and the relationship, why would he show anything more if no one stopped that? Mm-hmm. And it seems like, you know, the team always progresses towards the end of the season. Am I correct in reading that from the outside? And what does that look like from the inside as a player?
Well, yeah, we are like really like a team. Like
Right.
Coach really emphasizes that a lot, like being a team and working for the guy next to you. So we're just hard workers everywhere.
Right. Everyone's got those team mottos, right? That seems to be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is yours this year?
Protect the tradition.
Okay.
Everything we do, we just want to, you know, protect the tradition. Everything we do. Yeah.
So then let's go back to last season. This season, obviously, you know, Cleveland football is one of the rare schools where the goal, it's like an Artesia, it's like a La Cueva, it's like a, you know, I don't know what else to, you know what I'm saying? The only goal is the championship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to the championship game first. Take us through that.
So we came out, our minds they were in the wrong place. We kind of felt like we already won the game. Like just because we got there, we felt like we already won the game. So I think that kind of came with us having youth on the team a little. But yeah.
You were part of that youth.
Yeah.
You're a young fella.
We were youth.
You know, so what kind of reflection did you do as an individual at the end of that season?
Definitely coming into the game with a kind of, we need to throw the first punch mindset. We came out like, all right, whatever, this is just another game. It's not, it's a blessing to play in the state championship. There's only 2 teams playing in it. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna be better.
What did Coach Ridenauer say to you guys in the locker room after the game?
Well, he never really talks to us in the locker room, but he'll like sit us down at the end of the game on the field, and you know, I mean, there's just like remorse, I guess, for the seniors, but like.
Is there? I mean, okay, I'm so glad you brought that up, because is there, as a young fella, is there, when you don't win it all, is there a sense of disappointment that you let that senior group down?
There is, especially when you're one of the ones that was a part of the impact. You're kind of like, dang, what could I have done better? You just feel bad for them. Because, you know, you have another year, but when you look at them, you're like, oh, they're done. So,
before we go to break then, what was the mindset or what was the message from Coach at that point, at the end of the season, that carried into the next?
I'd protect the tradition.
Right.
yeah,
really.
he said that. He was like, he just kind of said, we're just going to go next year, come back, do our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know when I talked to some La Cueva guys last year, after their loss to Manzano, it was almost immediate. The work started the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They knew they should have, you know, their goal was the same as yours.
Mm-hmm.
The work started the next day. Was that similar?
Pretty
much, yeah. We had 0 hours, I think, the next Monday.
Next week, yeah.
We're going to take another timeout and come back with the trays after this.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life change will occur.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach.
by coaching beyond the game.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Back with Trey Watson and Trey Dennard. We've talked about Rivalry Week a lot, Rio Rancho Week, but now I'm going to turn you guys against each other. We're going to do a little rapid fire, okay? I'm gonna mention a scenario or task, and you're going to tell me which one you use better.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. So we'll start with some easy stuff. Who's better route runner?
Me. Me.
I'd say me.
Okay, all right. Better pass catcher?
I'll give Trey that
Me.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Better in the classroom?
Me.
Okay, all right. You agree or disagree?
I say me.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm glad you guys are competitive in the classroom. Nicer car? Okay, oh, so he's got it going. Is he the spoiled military kid? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I just don't got a car.
All right. Okay, all right. What kind of car did you bring here today?
My Honda Accord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nicest car I've ever seen pull up in the parking lot? Mariana Sharp.
Yeah.
She like pulled up in was that a Volkswagen or a Beamer or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, Mariana has a nice
Okay,
car.
yeah, all right. Okay, who's in the doghouse more with Coach?
I don't really know. Him probably.
Okay.
Probably me.
All right. Better shooter on the basketball floor?
Me.
All right. Okay, all right. Better with the ladies?
Me,
Ooh,
for
me.
sure.
All right.
Me.
We had some agreement and some disagreement. All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Okay, what's next for you guys? Obviously, let's go two ways with that conversation. One, you still have a basketball season ahead of you too. And then there's college. So let's hit them both. I mean, how much are you guys looking forward to hoops? Because I know you're always a contender in hoops as well.
I'm looking forward to it, but I do want to get back on the football field, though.
Right.
I mean, I have that kind of in the back of my head just because I'm excited for it because I feel like we have a pretty good team coming into this year. But, yeah, that's how I feel.
What's the transition like to go from the football season straight into basketball?
Well, it's really not that hard. It's just been doing it my whole life, really, so it's nothing new.
Okay, but I always hear coaches tell me, I hear it from Coach Jimenez, I hear it from every basketball coach, oh, these guys aren't in basketball shape. These lazy football players aren't ready to run up and down the floor. So what's that all about?
Yeah,
You feel it? You feel it in the lungs the first couple of weeks? Is it real?
You do. But, I mean, we run a ton at our practices, so we kind of get in shape within a week because we run a bunch.
I don't know if Coach Jimenez would agree with that.
I mean,
if it's, Coach, shoot me a
maybe
text.
not,
Is it a week?
Maybe not all of us, like, collectively, but I personally get in shape within, like, a week because I run quite a bit.
Coach watches the show. Coach Jimenez is a very close personal friend. So when I have a feeling when this airs, I'm going to get a text saying, that boy is not ready in 1 week. So, yeah, right? What else are the different? I mean, what else do you do to get ready and get right for basketball?
Well, yeah, it's really nothing new. I mean, just getting used to the ball again, really. It's really
jump shot, for sure. Free
getting the shot right, all that.
And obviously, you guys have a lot of football players that play basketball. There's a history of that at Cleveland there. So, and the expectations are just as high at basketball, right?
So really, since the teams the success I don't really want to call it success because we haven't won a blue trophy yet, but the success we've had it kind of comes into the following seasons. Like, all right, we need to be better because we've gone to the semis the past 4 years, one state game appearance, but we've yet to bring home a blue trophy. So kind of it's like, come on, we need to.
So right, what goes into that, man? Because obviously it's been some disappointment, right? And and you guys are, I'm a Braves fan, so you're in danger of turning into the Atlanta Braves of high school basketball. So what's that like, right? The pressure has to get higher every year, obviously. I can only imagine that, and I know they got the pressure on Coach Jimenez. He's a friend of mine, so I can only imagine the pressure on his shoulders, knowing the kind of athletes he gets. Talk about that from a player's perspective.
Yeah, I mean, we do have chip on our shoulder. Like, we got to get a ship for Coach.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, a crazy ending to the season last year, right? I mean, so talk about that.
So, honestly, I was in the game. I was kind of like, all right, we just got to get the ball over half court, hold it for 2 seconds, and we win. It didn't go that way, so, I mean, then we had to come down, and Josiah hit a big-time shot, of course, like he does. And then from there, I think we were kind of crushed going into overtime, and then, yeah.
That's what Josiah does on the floor, right? He kind of just takes your soul because he's unconscious, right?
He does sometimes.
What's next for you guys? Obviously, a very athletic guys. Football will not end with your high school career. So now you guys are approaching a very unique time in your life where you have to start making very important choices. Let's get into the college thing.
So, for me, it's just I just want to go to the next level. I mean, when I was younger, it used to be, I want to go big school. Now it's just, I just want to go to the next level. I mean, I've been blessed I have 2 offers right now. I'm blessed to Columbia and New Mexico State. Hopefully, I'll pick up some more, but I mean, if I don't, then.
Like Columbia, they don't let doofuses like me into Columbia. So you're obviously taking care of business in the classroom, right?
I have a weighted 3.8 GPA, so that kind of took part in that. But, yeah.
You have someone at the family dinner table that tells you they played in the NFL. So the pressure on you has to be immense as well. What's your decisions looking like? What's going on with you? What's in your head?
Same thing. I'm just trying to play ball at the next level, no matter D1, D2, JUCO. Just trying to. I mean, I don't have any offers yet, but I'm working.
And what's going to go into making that decision? I mean, literally tell us what that looks like.
So for me, it would be kind of where it's located at. I want it to be somewhere near a city, kind of. Coaching, how many people are playing in front of me, who I have to compete with, just stuff like that.
For you, same thing? I mean, you're making the old-fashioned kitchen table pros and cons list. What's going to go into that decision?
Yeah, it's pretty much all the same things. Coaches, facility, the area, the people, it's all those kind of things.
All right, I want to thank you guys for making time. I know it's hard to get Cleveland kids in here, man, because you guys are busy. So I want to thank both of you guys for coming in. That'll do it this week. Good night, everybody.